Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's interview and chart check time here today at Commodity TV. With me here is Florian Grummes, the CEO of the Midas Touch Consulting. And he wants to give us an update as he is one of the top chart analysts here in Germany about gold, silver, mining stocks and the cryptocurrencies. Florian, welcome again.
Hi, Jochen.
We have seen us some 6-8 weeks ago, and I think we spoke about your chart techniques. And so maybe let's start with gold and silver directly. What's the status today?
Yes. We had a double top in gold at 12.95, and since then gold has been moving down quite sharply actually. I initially thought that the 12.35, 12.40 area could hold. It didn't. Gold moved to 12.05 last week, and since then we've seen kind of a little recovery, or at least a small bounce. I think it could have been the low last week already. We've seen very high level of pessimism. I actually just was able to find bearish analysis, so I couldn't find any bull last week. And I think seasonality-wise, the precious metal sector is getting interesting. Usually we get the low in end of June, early July, so that would fit. And the commitment of trades for the gold and silver markets do look much better now. So the commercial hedgers have reduced their short positions quite significantly over the last couple of weeks. And so there's lots of parts of the puzzle for me looking already bullish, but we don't have a clear technical trend change. So
stay on the side a bit.
I would start dipping on it. I'm slowly scaling in. I think not too aggressive right now, but it's getting interesting. The weekly chart is oversold and the daily chart is very oversold for gold. So usually that's the time to buy, when something is low and oversold. As you know, I'm on the longer term time frame, I'm very bullish for gold. I think once we break through the 6-year downtrend line, which is currently around 1260, once we break through this number sustainably, meaning a weekly close, maybe 1270 or something, then I think for me it's the signal that gold is on the way to 1500 until next spring. And so right now we have to see, is this really the bottom, or maybe will it dip one level lower? That would be probably the 1180, 1165.
But then we are done.
I guess we're done. I mean, we're already very oversold, and as I said, the pessimism is so high. So I think that the probability is higher that we have seen the low already, but I wouldn't go in and say it's 100% sure right now.
Of course, yeah. So buying into the dip and maybe place fun limits, as I call it always. Great. So let's talk shortly about silver. I guess it's almost the same pattern, but we saw a flash crash last week. I think it was down by 1450 almost. And but I think the CME said no, 1550. That's the limit. Everything is cancelled, right?
Exactly.
Well, what happened?
Exactly. Well,
fat finger trade?
We don't know, and I think it will never be possible to really get a clear answer. The markets are so complex these days, and with all these algorithm traders and machines and computers trading, it's very difficult to really understand what's going on. High frequency trading is distorting the market. It's not only happening in gold and silver, it happened in Ethereum just a couple of weeks ago as well. So I'm happy that the CME cancelled all the trades below 1550. I think that's a good sign. So people who programming these algorithmic traders or trading machines have to be more careful in the future.
I think they should be forbidden. That's my thinking, honestly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a very complex topic, you know, because at the same time, these machines deliver or provide liquidity as well. But it's a very complex topic, and I mean, flash crash within nanoseconds, down $10, $15 in gold, or $1, $2 in silver. This is absurd, and
yeah, absolutely makes no sense.
If you invested physically in gold and silver, which is always my first and most important advice, you don't care about these kind of things. And the mining investors, if you're invested in mining stocks, it's basically the same. Maybe the price is down of gold and silver for a couple of days because of such an event, but in the longer run, as a mining investor, you don't have to care
if you have
either.
a solid company, of course.
Of course.
Let's talk about mining stocks, as you mentioned that already now. So what's the picture there?
The mining stocks have been lagging. We've seen the high basically in early February already, and since then they couldn't continue the move, although gold was moving higher. Now I see many companies that just in these days made a higher low than the one they had made in end of May, early June. So that's generally a positive sign. I also see high level of pessimism, and I can see that during the last 3 days, the GDX, for example, has been already moving higher, much stronger than gold. So it would be good to see if the miners take the lead again, and maybe will be able to lead the sector higher. I think overall, most of the mining stocks are very oversold and a very interesting buy zone right now, because you want to buy low.
That makes sense, honestly. Yeah. Let's talk about our last topic, the cryptocurrencies. What's going on there? I mean, that was ballistic.
Yeah, I mean, the cryptocurrencies had a spectacular first half of the year. Many, even the smaller ones, doubled, tripled, whatever. And Ethereum, I think, went from $10 to $400 within a couple of months. Bitcoin more than tripled actually. I think we've been here talking about it, and I advised to buy below 950
exactly
in January.
I remember that, yeah.
And now it moved up to 3,000. But of course, something that moves up like this has to correct at some point. So I think that the whole cryptocurrency sector in general is in a consolidation correction right now, and people need to bring a lot of patience with them. So we might see a couple of months sideways trading, meaning I would be buying more Bitcoin below 2,000, but I wouldn't expect to see new all-time highs anywhere in the next couple of months.
Okay, great. Then, Florian, thank you very much for that. All the best, and I think in fall latest we talk again about it.
Yeah,
Have a great summer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Florian Grummes, the CEO of the Midas Touch Consulting, and yeah, you heard the update about gold, silver, looking not so bad now, and maybe it's interesting to buy into the dips, and the mining stocks are getting much and much better because it makes sense to buy them low for sure. And with the bitcoins and the cryptocurrencies, it was a spectacular run this year, so maybe they are a bit overbought still, a bit too high valued, so maybe let's be patient here. But all in one, hopefully things are getting better. We are getting into the seasonality for the precious metals. So hopefully the fall looks much better then. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Munich.
Thank you. Bye-bye.